Alright, hello everyone, again with SendFL here. Today I did something stupid, bought out the campaign. Why? Because I love the French battleships and I just had to try this thing out. However, that does give me the ability to put out a review on the Flandre pretty early on for you guys. So, hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be entirely live. Flandre is a campaign ship, it's a French battleship. And if you remember, we've had two campaign French battleships so far. We had the Jean Bart, which is notorious for being incredibly overpowered. You know, I don't think it's the strongest battleship in the game personally anymore. I think that's Lenin. But, you know, Jean Bart is definitely in that conversation. Following that, a couple years later, we've never gotten Jean Bart back, probably never will. So if you missed out on it, you know, there's some crates that have a 0.01% chance of dropping it, but it's not worth even trying for that. Aside from that, a couple years later, we get this thing, the Champagne. Champagne was the polar opposite. It is the worst battleship at Tier 7, unquestionably. There's two in the conversation, and ironically they are both French. There's Champagne and Gascogne. Gascogne, if you don't know, is a Richelieu, but it's got one turret of 4 up front, one turret of 4 in the back. But it does get more hit points than Richelieu. So, you know, it kind of balances out somewhat, and it gets Richelieu's trolley citadel. Champagne does not. Really accurate guns, great penetration on battleships. They will overpen anything else. You're not going to do good against cruisers. It's agile, but it is covered in 32mm plating everywhere, so no angling is possible against Yamato other than that bottom of the belt. The other problem here with this ship was raised citadel and really thin armor, 240mm. It does have the same little weird, you know, V thing that the Richelieu has going on, but Richelieu has 330mm of belt armor. This is not enough to stop things from just going right through. Richelieu's is. And that's why you never get citadels in Richelieu's. This thing gets death struck all the time. Anyway, it had great guns, but it was a bad ship. It is the worst ship at Tier 7. It's got a little less than 55,000 hit points and bad armor. It's horrible. But I played a lot. You can see I have 400,000 XP in it. Just because it's fast. Now, we have the Flandre, which, in my opinion, bridges the gap between the menace that is Jean Bart and the underpowered turd that is Champagne. This is a great French premium battleship that new players can have access to. It's got Richelieu guns, but instead in 3 triple turrets instead of 2 quads, which means 1 extra barrel. However, it also means that you don't get all the guns over the bow, which is an advantage in my book. Gets the same secondaries as Champagne and Jean Bart, so you can see 3 152s, and then you also have a ton of 100mm secondaries along the side, which they spew out some shells pretty quickly. You can see 5.2 kilometer firing range with my build, it's a dispersion build. 3-second reload on the 100mm, 5% fire chance, and then the 152s, 12-second, 12% fire chance. So they don't fire as often. They hurt a little bit more, but you know, they're secondaries, right? Now, one thing to note here: 100mm secondaries is not going to pen a whole lot. In fact, I don't think it will pen anything but cruiser and destroyer superstructures at Tier 7. However, they can penetrate Tier 6 destroyers, so there's that. And they do, you know, give you a fire chance as well. And if you look, there's just a ton of them. So even if they're not doing much damage, you know, they're spewing out shells left and right, causing fires, maybe knocking out modules, who knows. But it's definitely demoralizing for destroyers to try and rush you. You can see fast. It is fast. It's almost as fast as Champagne. Let's see here. My build, it is 33.5 knots with an engine booster. So that takes it up to about 36. Nimble aim. Guns move quick. They're not slow. They're not fast. They don't seem to be as fast as Richelieus or Champagnes for sure. But they're not slow. And full ahead can be equipped with engine boost. Pretty standard stuff. Now, we take a look here. I'll kind of run you through everything. Repair parties. I'm running the hybrid commander, so I get 2 extras. Normally it's 3. You get secondary and targeting boost. You can't switch that for anything. And an engine boost. Survivability. 71,630 hit points. Now, that's a lot. It's the most of any French battleship we have. 32% torpedo damage reduction. Thing about that is, I'm actually running Megalomania, which knocks off 5%. If we swap that out and then take a look at Flandre, again, 75,400 hit points, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the most at Tier 7. I think that's the highest amount of hit points at Tier 7. The next closest, I want to say, is Vladivostok. That's got 73,000. So you get a couple thousand extra hit points. But, you know, personally for me, I like to run Megalomania for that extra reload. Let's go back. 26.9 second reload with this build. A couple seconds more than Richelieu, so keep that in mind. HE shell damage 5130, 36%. Pretty sure that's identical to Richelieu. AP shell damage 11,305. Also pretty sure that's identical to Richelieu. Keep in mind, because of one of my skills, it's knocked down 5%. So it can be a little bit higher. Aside from that, AA defense, you have great AA. It is, I think, the best of any French battleship in terms of AA, so that's nice. Some AA fires up to 2 kilometers. You get 20 millimeter or 6 20 millimeter guns that fire 2 kilometers. You get some 40 millimeters, 6 of those that fire out to 3.5s. 100 millimeters, you get 14 of those. Twin turrets, every one of these. Those fire out to 5 kilometers, doing 207 damage per second. So that's gonna shred some planes. You also get the 152s as well. Those count towards your AA. So they do 25 damage per second. Not great, but they fire out to 5 kilometers, so that's nice. Maneuverability, 33.5 knots. Like I said, it's fast. With the engine boost, that brings it up to 36, 37, somewhere in that range. 910 turning circle radius. It's a long ship, and you'll definitely notice that. 13.3 second rudder shift with my upgrades. And concealment, 14.8. Pretty standard stuff. For upgrades, we went with aiming systems mod 1. You do get the turret durability and all the other standard ones. I went with steering gears for this particular ship. You can switch that out for propulsion mod. I don't personally recommend damage control, just because you'll end up taking torpedoes left and right if you do, but that's your choice. Target acquisition mod, only mod you get at slot 3, and then for here, you get secondary battery, AA damage, or reload time. I went with reload time just to try and knock that down a little bit more. Already went over that. Armor, here we go. So, you can see the bow is 32 millimeters standard. Torpedo side plating, get 50 mils of that. You got superstructure, standard. You get penned everywhere. You see the conning tower is actually really thick. There's 2 sections. I guess just one section that's pretty thick. So there's that. Casemate. Here we go. So the armor belt. Let's just try and figure this out. Up at the top of the deck and the side plating, 32 mil. Not bad. So the armor, the casemate armor. On the side plating, let's see, that's 275 to 350 mil, which I'm not sure how it differentiates that. On one hand, it's thicker than Richelieu, and on the other, it's almost as thin as Champagne. But I would guess that the pure side is 350. That's my guess. It's the same French layout, and this ship does avoid taking citadels, so it does kind of act like Champagne, or I'm sorry, Richelieu, where, you know, you have a hard time finding the citadel of this ship. Aside from that, citadel is raised, but again, you get the French casemate thing that just prevents you from citadeling things. So, 250 mils in the front and the back. Everywhere else is pretty thin, but again, you're not likely to take citadels in this ship. Nobody can seem to find it. So yeah, that's the armor. It's a great armor scheme. I do enjoy it. If you're wondering if it's the Richelieu Troll Citadel, it is. It's just the way it is. A take on the Alsace class battleship project with their main guns placed in triple turrets and arranged and differently arranged AA armament. Armament, 1952 year of design. I was really hoping to get Alsace, not gonna lie. That will be my favorite ship in the game when it comes out. But this is not a bad ship, and it's pretty close to it. I think if they do bring Alsace, it will be tier 7. The difference is probably going to be, you know, you get some extra guns, 3 extra guns, and quad turrets, but probably won't be quite as fast and probably won't have quite as good AA. So that'll kind of balance it out. That's just my guess. Azure Lane Dunkirk, I'm running Cunningham and Scharnhorst as inspirations. Dunkirk, we've got Flammable Cannoneer. Frontal Fire, which if you don't know, basically allows you to switch shell types instantly at the cost of 5% damage reduction. It's a great skill. It's a really great skill. You could run dry rating drill bits, but that takes away 10% battleship speed. That is a huge selling point of this ship to me, is the speed of it, so I don't recommend doing that. I want to keep that, you know, high 30s speed. Megalomania, I run this, you know, you've got plenty of hit points to play with, so if you lose 5%, that's worth it 100% to me. And then, of course, Master Mechanic. And running Fire with Fire, rather than running with Scissors, just so that way we don't lose that dispersion. And it helps us deal with fires a little bit better. But this is also a viable skill. You know, it increases rudder shift and the main battery traverse speed. Plus, increased damage when things get up close. I don't recommend Farsight because it takes away Repair Party. So, just to let you know about that. If you don't have Azure Lane Dunkirk, which I wouldn't be surprised if you don't, I would personally recommend Jean over Pratt on this ship, just because Pratt is, I only run him on Champagne, because Champagne's got the best dispersion sigma in the game, so it also helps you to go faster in Champagne. And even then, I've started to run Dunkirk rather than Pratt on Champagne. If you don't have Dunkirk, run Jean. This is the build I would recommend for Jean. You could swap this out for Megalomania. Personal preference, I would go Megalomania over Marksmanship, but this is my Richelieu build, so you know, that is what it is. Again, just dispersion inspirations. If you don't have Azure Lane Scharnhorst, again, wouldn't be surprised. I would recommend either. Let's see here. Charles Madden's a good one. I'd say Charles Madden's probably your best bet. Or the other option would be, where's he at? You could do Pratt. Pratt's a great inspiration as well for the extra speed. So that's the unique inspiration you could run on this ship to get it a little bit faster. Or Paolo de Revel. Your choice there. But personally, you know, I'd do full dispersion minus marksmanship. So, but yeah, we'll be running Dunkirk just because it's a little bit better. So, with all of that said, let's go ahead and get to the gameplay. It's going to be a live game. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do. Alright, so we're on north, which for some reason I'm drawing a blank on which one this is. I think I know what it is. Pretty sure I like this map. I'll probably get 2 games to show you guys just so that way we get an average. Yep, this map's not bad. Small game though. That's how it goes. Small game and legendary tier at that. Me in a Cleveland. Okay. Well, this is not a great first game to have. Thank you for that matchmaking. Is our Cleveland going to abandon us? Abandon us. Let's see. Nope, he's not. Thank goodness.
À tous les bâtiments, commencez la capture de la zone.
I like to be aggressive in this ship, right? So, what I'm going to do, and this works better than in Richelieu than Flandre, I like to get right up close to there, you know, using our speed, and creating a circumstance where I can get close to the destroyer, for one, and potentially spot it before he spots me, and for two, I could also, if they end up sailing out, which they probably will, creates a crossfire, and I have a broadside at that point, so that's personally what I like to do. I think Richelieu does it a little bit better, but as you can see, not running the speed boost, and we're moving pretty good. I mean, we're beating this Cleveland here, so it's pretty quick. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. And we have achieved our goal here of not getting spotted yet. Conqueror's over there, so that's good. What's their other battleship? Magi? I'm not worried. Shima's over there too. So we're solid actually then. I mean, I'm not really too worried about things. I'll get out there and I'll spot for this Cleveland. Maybe he can HE spam. Because I can take some hits in this ship.
Nice work.
Are there any good deals in the store for the anniversary? Yes, there are. There's a few different sales. I can't think of them offhand, but there's a lot of ships on discount right now. I think Elite XP is discounted as well, if I'm not mistaken. But a ton of ships discounted right now. And there's some free stuff too. There's a lot of free crates. I guess these guys just abandoned their cap, so I'm just gonna we'll cap this base, then we'll run over and cap B, and we'll use the engine boost to do it. A Magi. Okay. Let's see what he does. He's gonna give us a good angle. Pretty solid. I'll take that. So you can see dispersion, a lot of horizontal dispersion, but we just smacked that guy. French pen is crazy. I love the French guns. Of course, it isn't a Magi, but even so. And he didn't really get much off of us. Less than 2,000 damage. So, you know, he did knock out a gun, so the guns are pretty easy to knock out. But now we're going to smack him again. Oh, another 20k. And the third gun. Yeah, that's a 30k salvo right there. See our secondaries starting to go off. We mopped the floor with this guy. He only got 7,000 damage off of us, off of our insane hit point pool, and we just mopped the floor with this guy. And these secondaries just lighten him up. Now I'm going to show off Azure Lane Dunkirk's skill and instantly change shell types and send some HE this guy's way. He's triple fired right now. Yeah, he's not long for this world. So you can see secondaries not doing a whole lot of damage, but they are lighting some fires. And again, you know, he can get some pens, but he's not really doing much to us. And we've got heals, so he's dead. And here we have a Worcester. So let's go ahead and work on him. Go ahead and switch. So 62,000 damage in a 5-game ship, or 5-ship game. And I think we could probably dev strike this Worcester. It's Worcester, however you say it. I have no idea. Unless he rams him. No, he does not. Alright. He's gone. Dev strike. Yep. French 15s right there. So, these are, in fact, French 15s. They do French 15 things. See, 100,000 damage in a 5-ship game, 2 kills, dev strike, and we pretty well mopped the floor with that Amagi too, at a pretty solid angle. So, great guns. Their dispersion is not laser beams by any stretch. It's not like Iowa or Kansas really, but definitely better than Richelieu and Jean Bart. So I'll give you guys another game here. Hopefully get a second or full game this time. But you could see the speed. You know, I don't even know that I used the engine boost that game, but it can be advantageous, which is why I like to run Megalomania over marksmanship, because I don't like knocking off that much speed. It allows you to get into some pretty solid positions for some crossfires. That's what the ship and Champagne are all about, is crossfires. Richelieu's all about finding a hole and plugging it up. Nobody can remove you. So this is, imagine this is a Champagne that's actually viable. This is the best way I have of describing this ship. It's an actual good Champagne with 15s instead of 16s. Here we are, legendary tier. There's a Yamato and a Shima. Other than that, and a Parseman too. So we'll get to see the AA, I'm sure. Everyone likes to shoot at the new ship. There's a Yamato on our side, so we should be able to pretty well mop the floor with any battleships we come across. There's a Sommers too. He can beat the Shima. Friesland he cannot, but we can help him out with that. So, especially me with the quick shell swaps. Oh, the other thing, this is without running the battle booster, mind you. So, Epic Battle Booster, the range goes out to 19.3 or something like that. Something insane. And the speed gets better as well. Okay. Yamato.
Merci.
Alright, we should be able to smack him pretty good. 16,000. That's solid. There's an Iowa out there too. Destroyers in B, probably. Hard to judge this up right there.
Concentrez le tir sur la cible désignée.
That's what I meant to do, not the battleship. Another 10k off to Iowa. And we're not even spotted. There's the Flandre out there showing flat broadside, but again, trolley French Citadel. If I can get a shot on this Friesland, I'm gonna take that. Nope. Got spotted. By what? Yamato. Okay, destroyer.
Alerte incendie.
Another 9,000 off of the Iowa. So they are overloading our side pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and take up a kiting position so I don't get duped by Yamato. This could be bad. He's got enough pen to smack me, but as you can see, he doesn't get much of anything because, you know, trolley French armor. Flandre is angled. I'll take that shot anyway.
À tous les bâtiments, protégez cette cible.
Oh, we just smacked him though. 16k. Yeah. Okay. What are our options here? shot. Why not? I don't want to abandon this cap, but I also don't want to get focused by all these guys. I should... Alright, touch the Shima a little bit. I should be out of range by most of these people. Except for Flandre. And Iowa. You just ate some torps. Okay. Drop spot, which is good. It's not a great position to be in currently. Okay. Again, 1500 damage off my broadside, so you can see just trolly French armor all the way. And the HE can touch people pretty good as well. I don't know that that was all us, but you know, French HE is solid. Let's see what we got here.
Concentrez le tir sur la cible désignée.
Nothing great off of that. Okay.
Attention, cible repérée à cette position.
I don't like being sandwiched between 4 battleships and 2 destroyers, which is the position I'm in right now. Our guys over there should be winning their side right now, because they have a huge overload advantage, and I could use some help. Alright, I gotta speed up. I'm dead stopped. This could be bad. Alright, I'm getting some help, thankfully.
Problème résolu, chef.
Alright, Citadel de Flandre. Parsible's out there reversing though. Oh, I don't want to peach. This could be bad. Oh, jeez. Nothing great off of Yamato. Belt's just too thick for 15-inch guns. Unless you have a perfect angle, which I do not. But at least it's no longer a 4 versus 2 scenario. Still not preferable, unfortunately. He touched me pretty good there. Don't beach again. I'm a bot. I am such a bot. I think we made it. Oh, thank God. I don't know that it's going to be enough to... Okay, we dropped spot. We do not have will to rebuild, but we have 2 extra heals, which we're going to need to pop off for sure. If I have any chance of doing anything else this match. Okay. Spotted again. Yamato's on damage con, so take that shot. Out of fire. I really need to get rid of this Friesland. Shima out there. Did our Sommers, dude? That's our Sommers disconnected. Ah, it's gonna hit the mountain. That's not good. Oh no, I got him. Got him in a Citadel. French guns for the win. Okay, this could be bad. Nope. Or overpens. Or non-pens. Gotta love the armor.
Nous avons été détectés.
Oh shit, I did it just before they were all loaded. That's not good. Oh boy. This could be bad. Got a gun. I gotta disengage.
Nous avons été détectés.
Spotted again. Oh, Shima.
Problème résolu, chef.
Okay, take that shot.
Activé.
There's a good chance I'm dead. Yeah. Got a fire on him though. Alright. It's unfortunate. And he's damage conned it, but he's dead, so. So 125,000 damage. We got a kill, 2 citadels, a lot of great shots, a lot of 16,000 damage shots, 3 fires as well. HE is definitely viable too. Flandre, it's a great ship. I recommend it for sure. Let's see. This is a legendary tier match too. Not too many legendaries here, but you know, we had a Yamato and a Shima on our side. Our destroyer disconnected too, which is unfortunate. And on top of all that, we were outmatched 5-1 basically. There's 4 battleships versus me, and an AFK destroyer versus their Shima. So, you know, and we held our own pretty well. And you got a good shot or a good idea of the armor, right? They're not really getting citadels on you. I got a citadel on that Flandre, but that's a rare occurrence, you know, in my experience. I'll do one more for you guys. Maybe we get into a tier 6 match. That's my hope, because if we do, this thing just dominates. Maybe it's maybe we get one where we can use the speed for flanking. I think it's a great ship. It's not overpowered, but it's a great ship for sure. A lot of the campaigns recently have been great ships. Like, think about it. You had Loyang, arguably best destroyer in the game. I personally think it is. It's not got a great Torp Alpha Strike. That's a legendary tier match with a lot more legendaries this time. And not a great Torp Alpha Strike, but it's the best destroyer hunter in the game. We had Friesland, also, you know, it's a fun ship. It's not a great ship, but it's fun. We had Brandenburg. That's a really fun ship. It's a viable brawler. We had Mines. That's a great cruiser. We had Minotaur. Up until, you know, Des Moines, I personally think it was the best ship at legendary tier. What else do we have? Sommers. Great torp boat. It's a fantastic torp boat. Drawing a blank on. There's one more, I feel like, in that span that was a great ship as well. But I'm drawing a blank on it. But yeah, Flandre is it's a viable successor to Jean Bart. Gives new players a chance to get a taste of a great French battleship. Let's see if we can get off that Yamato. Well, certainly penetrated the island, if nothing else. Fantastic. 8,000 damage. Broadside trooper. A lot of Vostok out there too. He's kind of angled. A lot of Vostok could be. That's a good angle there. My thing is, I don't know if he's going to speed up or not. I feel like he is. He's going to speed up the second I shoot him. Yep. That's the only reason I didn't immediately take that shot. Any chance I get to radar cruiser, I go for it, but just difficult to know what he's going to do at that point. Alright. This would be a scenario where propulsion mod would be better, but you can see he misplaced that shot. I know Vladivostok, and I know that if I take that shot, I'm not getting a penetration. So I'm gonna fire HE instead. Oh, that is a juicy shot into Georgia, though. Did those shot? Good lord. I can't tell if that was just the dispersion trolling me, or if that was like the shells falling short bug. Yamato out there. There's the Minotaur. Somebody got us pretty good there. I definitely want to get rid of that Yamato, but I cannot go broadside to that Minotaur. Try and knock out a gun. Nothing fantastic off of that Yamato. Or that Vladivostok, but that's to be expected on Vladivostok. Mino spam. I'm gonna kick up this engine boost. Pop a heal. Take a shot at that Georgia. It's giving us a juicy angle. Nothing too great there. Happens. It also, he stopped coming out a little, just soon enough to not be removed.
Concentrez le tir sur la cible désignée.
Oh my god, we just triple fired the Vladdy. That's crazy. I don't even do that often in Conqueror. He's out for blood now. Too bad you ain't getting it. Well, we didn't get to keep that triple fire, but at least we made him burn a damage con. I have a shot on that hearing. I'll take it. Oh boy. Shima Torps in Alaska. Don't think we got any hits on the destroyer. It's unfortunate. We have all 3 caps right now, so we have a pretty good points lead. Let's introduce the Vladdy to French HE again. Another double fire. Eat it. And shatters and bounces off of a Vladdy. So, you can see, huge fan of the French armor. Let's smash that bow with some HE, since the bow gets overmatched by 15-inch HE. Georgia. Alright, I don't like camping like this, so he's too far from me. That Georgia is almost dead, and the Vladdy is also almost dead. And I've got him burning right now. Double fire. This is a lot more HE spammy than I'd like this game to be. I'm not getting a whole lot of great options here. Pop another kill. Well, these guys are both dead for sure. That's... Yep, paper mache turrets. Signature of the French battleships. But he gets no damage off of us. Again. Now you're going to get to see the secondaries. Not going to do much damage, but they will for sure set some fires. Yep, another fire. We've set them on 2 fires with the secondaries. That's the end of Vladivostok's story. Both their destroyers are out there, they're just too far from me. Alright.
Attention. Cible repérée à cette position.
Nice. Citadel. Oh, I gotta be careful about that Alaska though. He can't outrun me. Can't, is what I meant to say. I am spotted and located, though.
Nous avons été détectés.
Hopefully the destroyer knows what I mean by that. Alaska. It could be the Alaska. Maybe. Yeah, it is the Alaska. It has to be. No, because I'm still spotted. So it's a destroyer. Nothing great on Conqueror.
Alerte incendie.
Happens. Alright. I don't have will to rebuild, so that's not really helping me too much, unfortunately. This other engine boost.
Boost des moteurs activé.
Oof. Oh well. Alright. Yeah. So, there you have it. I didn't get to shoot a whole lot of AP that match. Was pretty well resigned to shoot an HE. But 3 different games, 3 different tastes of the Flandre. As you can see, hopefully, pretty great ship. I haven't had any like crazy games in it yet. Nothing. I've gotten a lot of pretty consistent 100Ks though, for sure. But this ship is definitely, it's got potential, and I think it won't be long before I'm hitting, 180 pretty often. This game, well, so I don't know that I'm going to stick around and watch the end of it, just because I know how this is going to go. Aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully I helped you guys out a little bit in deciding if you want to pick up this ship. I highly recommend it. If you like battleships, and in particular French battleships, this is a great ship. And I think you will enjoy it quite a bit, as I do. So, look forward to more videos of this ship on my channel. I think I'm going to be playing it quite a bit. I'll have a crazy game to put out before long at all, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in.